Hey, you hate the Xbox One? Yeah, fuck you. Okay? That's basically what I'm gonna say to you. If you hate the Xbox One, a console that's not even out yet, a console that isn't gonna be out till the end of the year, a console that hasn't even had its first E3 yet, just fuck you, okay? Sure, we had that press event. You know what? I don't care. They showed what they were gonna show. The Xbox One, which is what we wanted to see. They didn't announce pricing or anything. They gave us a basic layout of the features, which it's sufficient. Okay, wait for E3 to happen, then start talking all this. Do you know how many GIF images I've seen of the Xbox One where it's just constant bashing and just constant ridicule for something that has not even been played by any of you yet, mind you. It's okay. I understand you're offended by it. Okay, I get that. You love the 360 so much that it offends you that you're getting your rights taken away from you as a gamer. I don't care. No, this is something that has not been done before. Okay, this is something that deserves positive attention too. It's getting rid of piracy. Okay, something that is pretty much impossible on every platform. You know, you look at PC, the biggest piracy platform out there. You look at Dreamcast, you can burn CD-ROMs or whatever and just pop them in your Dreamcast. Barely any modding. You know, the only consoles that were really foolproof pirating were probably like the old ass. No, I don't even know, because no matter what, pretty much everything pre PS2 could be played on a PC and downloaded within a minute. You know, one Google search will probably find any ROM out there that you would want. Alright? Now, they just released a bunch of facts about the Xbox One. You gotta remember, this is a week before E3. Alright? Or the weekend before E3, I should say. It's Friday, June 7th. There's this picture going around right now. It's like a green pig. I'll post it as like the thumbnail or in the description or something. It's just a shit list of all the features that people aren't liking about the Xbox One. How Xbox One differs from Xbox 360. You cannot play games unless you connect to the internet once every 24 hours. If you are unable to connect, your games will not function. That includes single-player games. In all honesty, how often are you away from the internet for more than 24 hours? You know, that's not. I'm not saying you have to have it plugged in. You just have to have it on with Wi-Fi. I don't think I've ever been more than. I've never had my internet off since I've had my 360. I've never taken it out of my house for more than a couple hours. Okay, and if I did, it went to a place with Wi-Fi. Okay, which it's an interesting point. Like, how close do you have to be? Do you have to pick up the Wi-Fi signal and it makes a bing there? It probably does, but still, think about it yourself. How often are you away from Wi-Fi? Okay. Now, many of you, I guarantee, do not take your Xbox to your friend's house to play games. And if you do, you have 24 hours. What are you going to do in 24 hours that is going to keep you away from your house? Nothing. Okay? So fuck you. Alright, you cannot disconnect Connect sensor, which I get that. It's privacy issues, and people are very insecure. Who cares? You live once in your world, okay? One life, okay? I don't care about your religious bullshit. You live once on this planet. The you right now is the you right now. Okay? I don't care. Nobody is sitting there at Microsoft watching you beat your cock. No one is sitting there watching you smoke crack. No one is sitting there watching your wife fucking do stuff. Like, do you know how many resources it would take for Microsoft to constantly stream over probably... well, it depends on how many Xbox it sells, but no one's going to be watching over 1 million people fucking beat their meat. And if they were, who cares? Fuck you. Alright. So if you have an issue of a camera being on in your room, you probably have really huge insecure issues. Alright. So go reevaluate yourself. You know? Alright. You can't lend games, you can't rent games, and you can't trade games freely. They did say something about certain stores will be able to. They've got to work out partnerships, and this isn't even finalized yet. You know, they're constantly changing this shit. You can trade games between online though, like to your friends and stuff, which is pretty sweet. But you can't trade it to a. That's the thing. There's still a lot of misinformation going around. You know, there's a lot of fans out there who are just saying, they're taking something that they said out of context and then turning it into a whole new thing. Then Microsoft says like a couple days later, this is what it really means, and then Larry Herb goes over and says, no, what that guy said isn't true. This is what he said. Let me explain to you more detail. So there still is a lot of misinformation. You can't trust all this shit 100%. Okay? Alright. You can't sell games freely. In order to sell a game to someone, you must have been friends for them for over 30 days on Xbox Live. The game is then locked to that user forever. They will not be able to sell it afterwards. They also said that wasn't completely final yet. There was something I was reading also about there's like the family plan is going to be back, but you can have 10 people in there. It's like a friend pack or something. Like I said, there's still a lot of not finalized information going around. So before you start talking about the Xbox One, you gotta remember, it's not out yet, okay? And remember, it's always gonna be better than the Dreamcast. It's always gonna be better than the Wii. And I don't know. The 360 was a really strong generation. You look at every gamer. You either had a 360 or a PS2 or PS3. You look at the last generation, you had either a PS2 or an Xbox. This is a console that is just entering its 3rd generation, okay? And you gotta remember, the PS3 was the weakest generation that had. Or, yeah, either the PS1 or PS3, it's debatable, I guess you could say. You know, you look at the PS1, you had so many AAA titles, Metal Gear Solid, you know, you had the Final Fantasy games. You can ask anybody, the Spyro games, the Bandicoot games. You look at the PS3, I'm sure you had, what, Heavy Rain, and Demon Souls, and, I mean, every console has a handful, but still, you understand. This is a console going into its 3rd generation. Don't take it so serious yet. Play it first, play it at a friend's house, and remember, they have 15 games. Who knows how many they're going to announce at E3 in a couple days. So, if you hate the Xbox One, just shut the fuck up. Okay? Just shut up and keep it to yourself. There's no point to be so negative. You only live once. Keep it inside. You'll do some good, and you won't look like an asshole. Alright? Alright. And by the way, I'm from the future, and the Xbox won this generation. The Xbox One won this generation. Alright? Remember that.